You are watching Down to Earth Podcast powered by EQTV with host Sean Myrie and head of operations Rastafari Samurai.
This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I'll prove this message nationwide. We are here up in Barrie here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a monthly hip-hop show, and I have the host and the organizer of this show here, man. Tell them who you are, my brother.
Yo, peace and much love, man. This is Lifted, representing the Temple of Hip Hop Northern Promotions. We right here live with my brother in the corner, you know what I'm saying, in Barrie. And I also got to shout out my man Jerome and Live Barrie, who help us make these events happen, man.
See,
we live and direct from the underground.
How long have you been doing this showcase for?
Word. So this is volume number 9.
Number 9, all right.
It's the end of the year. It's November. It's number 9, so it means it's the completion of a cycle.
It's a coincidence that we're in season 9 for Down to Earth Podcast. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't no coincidence, yo.
It's the energies. It's the energies
coinciding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy. But yo, let's keep on talking about this showcase, man. Like, when did you started this? Like you said, it's 9 years ago, right? 9 years ago?
No.
Or is it volume 9? So, when did you guys started?
We started December 29th. 2023.
Okay. All right.
Was our first jam.
Okay. All right. So it's been lively ever since.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we it's a process to grow it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Definitely. It's a process.
We've been growing it. We've been building it. November 15th. This is our last jam for the year.
Okay.
It was the biggest, nastiest, craziest shit. Shout out to everybody who came through and to help us make this happen, man. So it's been a process. It's always real hip-hop, but it's growing and growing right now here in Barrie.
But, yo, that's what I appreciate. Real hip-hop, man.
Real shit.
Real hip-hop. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the music, what's going on today.
I got to show this, man. Real hip-hop, man.
I appreciate what's going on today, but I'm a more old-school cat.
Word.
You know what I mean? And I appreciate real hip-hop. And the thing is that Toronto legends like Frankie Payne just now what came off the stage. You know what I mean? I known him for a long time. You know what I mean? And I appreciate them like Daniel as well, another pioneer of Toronto hip-hop. You know what I mean? Citizen Kane, another I salute. You know what I mean? Straight up goods, because we have our own, you know what I mean, entities of hip-hop, of greats here, because I've been watching the States a lot. Of course, you have been too, because, you know, the culture's been mostly made from there, you know what I mean? Straight up. And we watch the culture, and we appreciate the culture, you know what I mean? And I appreciate the greats of the culture, you know what I mean? And the one thing what kind of just cheesed me with the new culture is that just take the time of doing some research of the greats. Y'all went to school, you learned history, you know what I mean? You went to school for topics you didn't want to learn. So, yo, you're into something now. Learn a little bit about the greats. What do you got to say about that, man?
Pay your homage. Look,
yes.
If you don't water the fucking tree, know what I mean? The fruit will not grow. You got to know it's a whole cycle. It's a whole process. We already talking about this. Number 9.
That's right.
It's the completion of a cycle. If you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know where you're going. And hip-hop is its legacy, heritage, birthright. This is what we got to be able to pass that down. You know what I mean? And that's what we're doing here. But for the younger cats, like, yo, you gotta invest in yourself, which means knowing where you come from, man. Do the research. Go out and connect. Have that natural hunger to know.
That's
right.
I mean?
So
that's right.
Thank you for asking me that. That's a big question, man.
Down to Earth Podcast, we always be down. You know what I mean? It's me and my brother. We started this podcast a little just before COVID. You know what I mean? And we've been going on strong since. We're more than a podcast. We're always promoting and all of that. Straight up. You know what I mean? We got to stay in touch. You know what I mean? Whatever your next showcase is, whenever any showcase, anything, just link us. We'll promote it. We'll put it on our pages. You know what I mean? That's who we are. You know what I mean? Straight up goods. But yo, let them know where they can find you on all digital platforms, man. Let them know, my brother.
Yo, turn up, down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the underground, and it's all connected, man. We in the earth. We on the earth, and we're making it happen. So my name is Lifted. You can check me out at LIFTID Hip Hop on Instagram, and also Hip Hop Northern Promotions on Instagram as well. Hip Hop Northern. Check me out. I'm doing my thing. It's Hip Hop Forever. Nah, this is our sponsor. It got me right here.
Sponsor. Yo, you see it?
Shout out my man
Sponsors.
Disco. You know what I'm saying?
You've seen it.
Yo, I don't even know this brother. He rolled up to one of our jams.
Okay.
And he fucked with this. He rides with us so hard. He just
That's
started
love. And
giving
that's,
from himself.
and that's
Man.
what
So
we
big
need
up.
to build. Keep on building straight up, man.
Strong,
You
yeah.
heard it from my boy here. You heard it here first. Hip hop in Barrie every month. Well, they're taking a break for now. Next year, January, hit them up.
Let's
You
go.
You heard it here first from the Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide. It's been a pleasure, my brother. You don't know.
Love is love, man.
love.
Salute.
Salute.
Peace.
This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide. Scene. We are here up in Barrie here. Barrie's Hip Hop monthly show here, man. And I have a hip hop legend here, man. From the East, from the beast, from the East here, man. And that's the one and only Citizen Kane.
Yeah, Spades.
Spades a part of Citizen Kane,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's right.
Everybody knows me as Citizen Kane.
That's
but I'm
true.
Spades.
But man, yo, I have one of your old CDs from back in the day, you know. Straight up goods. I've been a hip hop fan of the Toronto hip hop culture, but there's only a few who deserve their flowers. You know what I'm saying? And you're one of the part of the few, I have to say. And I'm a critic when it comes to hip hop, man. You know what I mean? But how
Thanks
you
a lot.
been
Thanks.
like ever since, like with the music and all? I have to say, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like how's it been with the music? But like, I don't know, like networking or anything. What's been?
Well,
Tell me what's good.
Well, ever since I did music from back in those days, I've received nothing but love from everybody. Music has not been a bad experience for my life. But I got retired. I retired from the mic a couple years,
There's nothing wrong with that.
like
though,
10 years ago.
But I still appreciate the music. You know what I mean? Because you guys made this up with like you were beyond your time. I have to say that you're beyond your time when it comes to.
You're
when it
giving me
comes
too
to
much credit, right?
Straight up goods, like, and I grew up on that. You know what I mean? And the thing is, these youngins don't appreciate good quality hip hop, and it's just a shame for me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my experience with I'm a bit different. My experience with Toronto and hip hop has always been good in Toronto. So
It's been good, but it's been kind of liquid down lately for me. Compared to, come on, man. Compared to your quality hip hop, like, Frankie Payne, Daniel, like the old school.
the way I like to put it is hip hop's not innocent no more. It was more innocent back then.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
all right.
It wasn't so commercialized as it is today.
That's true.
We were innocent, so we were privileged with that.
It was still about a new phase, you're saying.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't corrupted as much, right?
I like that. It wasn't corrupted as much.
You know what I mean? No, it just wasn't, right?
It's true. That's true. That is so true.
The judges in hip hop, when I grew up, when I was doing it, were the guys doing hip hop. Nowadays, everybody's a judge in hip hop. There's so many eyes on it. It's hard for it to be innocent anymore, right? But back then, you judge your peers, right? So it's more innocent back then. You know what I mean?
So it's not as innocent as now, you'd say.
Yeah, it's harder to get over. It just is because it's harder to get fooled now.
Yes.
And there's more people trying to fool you now.
Yes.
Than back then. No one was really trying to fool you.
Yeah.
And it was hard to fool people. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's easier to fool people now, right? But there's so much eyes on you, it's harder to fool people now. Back then, there wasn't so much eyes on you because everybody was doing their thing. And it was such a small network cultural thing, right? That, you know what I mean? And it was very expensive to do. Makes it they get this straight. It was very expensive to do, but not everybody did it. Right? Now guys are doing it in the basement, so it's so watered down. Only comes from so much people doing it.
Yes, that's so true, man. But I had to stop you. You know what I mean? You deserve your flowers. Straight up goods. I have to say, real hip hop. You know what I mean? You can learn a lot from real hip hop. And please look out for the greats, such as Spade of Citizen Kane here, man. Frankie Payne, Daniel. You know what I mean? Straight up. These are our greats of Toronto, man. Don't sleep on them, man. But yo, it's been a pleasure, my brother. You done know. This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. Prove this message nationwide. Pa, 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 pa.
You are watching Down to Earth Podcast powered by EQTV with host Sean Myrie and head of operations Rastafari Samurai.